Listen, I opened up the show today for a reason. Again, nothing here is done by accident. Please listen to me. Something happened just the other day that is really important and is being played down by the mainstream media because they don't want you to know how perilous the situation is right now. We need to stay out of World War III. We are nuclear-armed countries now. India, Pakistan, the UK, Israel, the United States, Russia, China. There are nuclear-armed countries all around the world. North Korea. This is all happening right now. And in order to keep it from looking like Biden has lost control, you're not getting the full story from the media. Number one, North Korea is tinkering around with their nuclear program again and is arming people in this fight. They are finding weapons in the Middle East from North Korea. Number two, this is the story I was talking about. A U.S. destroyer in the Red Sea took out cruise missiles from Yemen, launched to Israel. You have any idea how far Yemen is from Israel? There's a whole country in between. Saudi Arabia. Who's operating in Yemen? You have any idea? Joe? Oh, yes, that's right. The Iranians. So the Iranians, their proxy groups are firing missiles from Yemen over Saudi Arabia, basically to hit Israel. A U.S. destroyer took them out, essentially taking a war action again, and nobody's really talking about it. So weird, right? You heard anything about that? Well, you in the chat are smart. You probably have. And I'm just going to throw something out at you sent to me by a friend of mine who's a source. Ladies and gentlemen, these ships, these destroyers don't remain in a war posture, a combat-ready position all day, unless they're in a combat-ready position for a reason. Weapon systems have to be activated. Authorizations happen to be given. This doesn't just happen like that. What does that tell you? Tells you that they're already in this combat-ready mode, and they clearly know something's going down. Folks, Hamas and Iran has some stuff we probably don't know about. Whether it's underwater drones, there's an interesting piece, for as terrible as the Washington Post is, it's a pretty interesting piece about technology Hamas may have in Iran we don't know about. Is there a dirty bomb in the United States? Don't tell me it can't happen. If I would have told you planes would have crashed into a building in September in 2001, you would have told me I was crazy until I saw it with my own eyes on TV. As it happened. The second one, in my boss's office in New York. Does Iran have a dirty bomb here now? Folks, things are getting ugly, man. And you need to be prepared. One more thing. This is the trifecta of really bad signs this week. Don't live in panic. I'm not trying to panic you. Just live vigilant. North Korea is tinkering around now with getting involved in this stuff and is actively supplying weapons. Second, we've already taken kinetic action, as they call it, the buzzword, in the Red Sea. Third, you hear China and Russia this week? Putin and Xi put out a statement. They're aligned in the Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, they are just waiting for an excuse to get this thing hot over there too. So it'll take the attention off Taiwan and off Ukraine. Stay frosty, man. The world's about to get really freaky deaky do. Folks, on a bit of a different note here, but a necessary one. This is how you deal with the media in these cases too. The media has done nothing but promote propaganda. Can I just throw this out there, Guy? I know you sent this to me before. And I think you'd agree. Joe, probably you too. I'm going to hear another word from the New York Times about misinformation. You guys can take a big glass of shut the fuck up. After promoting the PP hoax, after promoting endless Donald Trump hoaxes, they promoted the hoax that the Gaza hospital was blown up by the Israelis too. The biggest source of deadly misinformation in the United States is the New York Times. I don't want to hear shit from you guys about misinformation. Unfortunately, the media, wouldn't you agree?